I mean, here's the thing is you can't fix something if you don't know what's broken, right? So time management, you got to know where you're spending bad time. That goes back to writing down your process and writing down your day. So if you want to figure out where the holes are in your day and where your time management is flawed, you got to write down your entire day. So every 15 or 20 minutes, come back to your office and write down what you did those in the past, 15 or 20 minutes or half hour, however you want to break it down, and then go back and look at that and see where you have some time. If you're measuring your day in hours, then there's a lot of gaps in there. There's a lot of holes in your day. Of course, my day now is measured in minutes where, I can tell you exactly what I'm doing the next 15 minutes or next 10 minutes, and it's more productive. But that time management is a big deal for us because we do have a lot of downtime in dealerships. But figuring out where your downtime is and what you can do productive with that downtime is what's going to separate you. Your mic, Philip. Awesome.
Hey, so just a little interaction. What I'm hearing, and I like it. I mean, it's sometimes we need to be reminded of those things that help get us rooted. I was typing it in here, and it's what I'm hearing you say, especially as we're getting going. And I still struggle with this today. Is you're like, hey, look. It's not that you can manage time, but you're really specific in managing the activities that you put in that time. But first, you got to know what the activities are.
And that's all it is. You can pick and choose, man. You gotta pick and choose things that you love. I mean, if you love, certain charity events over others, you're more inclined to go. You're more inclined to engage in those things because that's something that you believe in. If you love flowers, then you go do something about flowers. If you don't, then don't show up at that place because that's not the client base that you're going to interact with. That's not the relationships you're trying to build with that type of person. So, and there's so many things that happen in communities. People don't realize it, man. There's a lot of stuff that go on in your community behind the scenes. And, there's even during the holidays, they have Christmas, things going on, and they have New Year's things going on. So I would go get the planner, figure out what's important to you, write down a couple of them and plan those out. And you got to do it. You could go and say you're going to do it. If you don't do it, then, that getting people to actually go and do it because the couch sounds better at 6:30. I get it. I'm there. But you got to get yourself to go there.
What's important to you is always, it seems like you really keep it what's closest and most important to you. So do you say no to as many events or appearances and such? Do you say no to more as you do say yes, if that makes sense? Because I know when I was an early salesperson too, that was one of the other things. Is like if somebody asked me to do something and there was acknowledgement, I was like, heck yeah, sign me up. But then you get that burnout too. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, good point. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there is a lot of things that I get invited to that I just simply can't go to. But again, it's your time is very valuable. So being picky and choosy with what resonates with you more is definitely more important. So yeah, you can't just show up to anything. Like I say, if they have a garden show and you don't care about gardening and you don't care about that stuff, then no, don't go there. That's just a waste of time. Yeah, I would be picky and choosy to the ones that you love the most and show up to those. Definitely.
Gardening in Colorado is a whole different program.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. Maybe you're onto something.
That's good.
Maybe we might be onto something.
People leave those shows very unmotivated.
Yeah,